welcome to all of you. Today we have a very renowned integrative medicine expert, Dr. Shashikant, with us. So let's welcome him. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you.
So today we would like to understand the need of integrative medicine, as many of us know that every medical system has its own limitations and its own merits also. But is it possible to integrate the best of all systems of medicine to for the benefit of human being?
Yes, this is one of the most beautiful area where in this healthcare sector there are two approaches. One is a holistic approach and another one is a reductionist approach. Integrative concept is not new one. It is very most ancient one, where even from the time of Hippocrates, he was considered to be one of the holistic doctors. If you read the history and then you get to know about the details of history in integrative medicine. But specifically for the large country like India, integrative medicine is one of the basic need of this hour, and most of us as a hugely populated country, second largest country, we are just focusing on our healthcare in terms of go and get your health checked up in the best corporate hospital and forget it. And then you switch on with your routine lifestyle, whatever we have, modern chaotic, sympathetic overactivity lifestyle, where specifically if you dig out and search and find out the WHO profile and check the statistical data, where you will get 51 million people die every year due to various diseases. Amongst that, 41 million people will die because of the diseases which can be prevented. So those are called as NCDs, non-communicable diseases. So four most common non-communicable diseases are cardiovascular disorders, heart attack and hypertension most commonly. Second one is cancer. Third one is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Fourth one is diabetes. So when you see the hierarchy of these diseases, most of the diseases can be preventable. And when you see another significant statistical data from the West, amongst 39 to 42% of normal people who used to go to a medical doctor, conventional medical doctor or a family doctor, are turning towards one or other form of integrative medicine or complementary and alternative medicine, CAM, which is in the West it is called as CAM. In 1970s it used to be called as holistic medicine. In 1980s it used to be called as complementary and alternative medicine. In 1990s onwards it is called as an integrative medicine, and lately we should call it as health-focused, patient-centered medicine. Where we need to understand one thing, that there are three people involved in this healthcare. First one is a healthcare provider. Second one is a patient, receiver. Third one is the industry which will provide that. So as a patient, he or she knows the demanding, they demand the health needs, what they want, without the knowledge of what they need. So, and the provider will only provide what the patient needs. They will provide. They will not provide what patient exactly needs. So there is a difficulty in understanding the patient-centric approach. And there is an industry, where in industry will usually focuses on what commerce demands. This is very specific topic. Patient, doctor, healthcare provider and the industry. So all these three people are not very much in tune. So what should be the focus? Focus should be the patient-centric emphasis, where they focus on the health care, not on the sick care. What all the corporate hospitals right now they is absolutely sick care. In the name of preventive healthcare, what they are doing is blood tests, scans, and this and that. Nothing more than that. So, integrative medicine is a holistic concept where patient-centric focus, where a doctor, healthcare provider, and the patient will decide what is best for them, less cost, less invasive, and more effective complementary therapies. And these complementary therapies should be evidence-based as much as possible. So this is a need of an hour for the integrative medical system.
Very beautifully explained. So these days, there is no dearth of people who proclaim that only their pathy is great, their system of medicine is great. So bringing all these different minds together sometimes looks like a dream. What do you think, doctor? How do we go forward to bring all these people together?
This is one of the most difficult aspect where we have been grown in the system of divisive politics. So there could be any party which you think of, or the Britishers what you think of. It is a divisive politics. So there is also a divisive politics in the healthcare sector, saying that allopathy practice, you do this practice, Ayurveda practice, you do this practice, don't touch allopathy, don't. So all these pathis are fighting amongst themselves, forgetting the need of the patient. And because of this, there is one specific research, two research I would like to share in this. 78% of the people who are taking one or other alternative medical therapies will not inform the doctor, conventional medical doctor, regarding their treatments. Why? Because there is no sync between the different pathis. Allopathy will fight with Ayurveda, Ayurveda will fight with homeopathy, homeopathy will fight with naturopathy. So there is no common platform for all these four different streams of medical systems or indigenous Indian medical systems. There is no common platform. Ayush works in a different way, ICMR works in a different way, Indian Medical Association works in a different way. So everybody is working, everybody is proclaiming that they are great, but none of them wants to prove it based on the research evidence. Or even if they prove it, there is no governing body which will understand all these different streams of medicines without the fight. Where is the sync between all these medicines? And if we are able to create a sector where different streams of medical doctors will come to one particular platform and then they work on a patient. So this will be one of the most beautiful aspect of healthcare system that only Indian healthcare system can provide. I'll give very interesting, beautiful hidden content is Indian medical system, especially Ayurveda, is one of the most ancient living medical system of the world. You see that? One of the most ancient living medical system. One of the most ancient, see these words, one of the most ancient, still a living and a complete system of healthcare. If at all you can find it in Ayurveda with 8 branches, Ashtanga Ayurveda. And another research says that past 50 to 58 years, whatever is the syllabus which is there for Ayurveda teaching is still same. All the teachings are same. So there should be more inclination for Ayush department or so-called government agencies to focus on emphasizing how best these people can grow. If at all we want Ayurveda and Yoga to come in the forefront, you need to provide opportunities like what I'll give you an example, which can be, and you can take it in a revolutionary concept. Is every medical hospital of China must and should have traditional Chinese medicine unit in them. Otherwise, the mainstream medical system will not be approved. The hospital will not be approved unless you have an integrated medical unit where there is a complete focus of complete system of traditional Chinese medicine. Acupuncture, acupressure, manipulative therapies of China. So this is where the revolutionary system or the government willpower is what is needed. If at all we can provide that and give an opportunity for an Ayurveda doctor to practice what he has been studying, with an understanding, with an acceptance that he must and should practice emergency medicine. Because when you have a patient in front of you with a medical need, you need to have a system where patient is saved first, not fighting. In the fight between two parties, patient is dead, is of no use. On both parties is not useful. So doctors should be given enough emphasis with due respect, with due research emphasis and monetary benefit. Especially for the Ayurveda medical doctors and especially for MBBS doctors who are now here or nowhere. So this is a system where in between people, where at a grassroots level, these are the people who are going to reach to different villages, reachable areas, non-reachable areas and reachable areas. These people can rely on. There should be emphasis to have a common platform, integrated platform. This is where different streams of doctors should work and team, and political willpower should emphasis and make it mandatory recommendations where integrated medicine is a mainstream concept.
Very beautifully explained, Dr. Shashikant. So, somebody like you who is dedicatedly working in the field of integrated medical system to create an ecosystem where the different streams of medicine can work together, as you are propagating this through your very ambitious institute by name IML Yoga. We means the whole society is definitely looking forward to you to take the initiative and lead the society, because there has to be someone who has to take the initiative to tie the bell in the cat's neck. So, hoping you to be that role model, looking forward for still more great work for the well-being of society. So, thank you for you, and thank you for IML Yoga Institution for giving a new perspective for Indian medical system. If all the doctors of different streams work with this vision and mission, we may expect a very good healthcare system for the future of India. Thank you, doctor. Thank you once again.